Are you ready for a new adventure? Time to travel back in time, let's go! Are you ready for a new adventure? Let's learn about the past with Anna and Leo.
Hi friends! Welcome to Unlock This, a podcast from Honest History, where we join our friends Anna, Leo, and Percy on adventures through time and uncover some really cool stories along the way. My name is William. I'm 6 years old, and I love learning about history, especially new stories that I don't hear about in school. I can't wait for today's story, and I think you're gonna love it too. So let's dive in.
Leo, there you are. I was looking for you inside the museum, but I couldn't find you. What are you doing out in the garden?
I was just looking at the pond they have out here. The water looks pretty deep, and it got me thinking, what if something lives down there at the bottom of the pond?
You mean, like fish?
No, I was thinking more like a monster.
A monster? I hope there aren't any monsters in that pond. What gave you that idea?
I was just reading this book about a famous monster that lives in a lake in Scotland. Have you ever heard of the Loch Ness Monster?
Actually, I have heard of it. Don't some people call it Nessie? But I always thought it was just a story people made up. It isn't a real monster, is it?
Well, they've never found the Loch Ness Monster, but some people still believe it's real. I guess it's a bit of a mystery.
I wonder how it all started. The story, I mean. Who was the first person to see the monster? And why haven't people ever found it?
You know, this might be a perfect adventure for today. What do you think, Anna?
I was thinking the same thing. And I know a mouse who can help us solve this mystery. Percy!
Good thinking. Let's go inside the museum and see if we can find that mouse.
He's probably around here somewhere. Aha! There he is! Percy! Over here! Percy, we have a lot of questions about a creature called the Loch Ness Monster. We're hoping you can help. Is there anything in the vault about it?
And he's off. Look, he's opening the vault door. He must have thought of something to show us. Let's follow him inside.
I hope this adventure isn't going to be too spooky. I have to admit, I'm a tinsy bit afraid of monsters, especially ones that live deep underwater. Have you ever heard of a giant squid called a colossal squid?
No, but I know what a squid is. It's kind of like an octopus. So, is a colossal squid just a big squid?
More than big. Colossal squids are enormous. They have the biggest eyes of any creature on Earth. And they have huge tentacles that can grab onto fish and tear them apart. Just thinking about it gives me the chills.
Well, lakes can be very deep, but I don't think we'll find any giant squid in them.
That's true. Squids live in the ocean, not lakes, thankfully.
Speaking of lakes, I think Percy found something about the Loch Ness Monster. Look, he wants us to open that wooden chest.
Do you see anything inside the chest, Leo?
It looks like there's an old photograph. Here, take a look.
The photo is hard to make out, and there's also a newspaper article. Look at this part of the newspaper. It's about a monster sighting in a loch. It's dated 1933.
I have a feeling that the photo and the newspaper article are a very important part of the Loch Ness Monster story.
I think we're right, Leo, because it feels like we're about to travel. Hold on!
It's cold out here.
And there's a lot of mist. I can't see very far. Where do you think we are?
Maybe Scotland? That's where the story of the Loch Ness Monster comes from. And I think I see a lake. In Scottish, loch means lake.
That looks like a pretty big lake. Let's get closer.
Hey, is that an island in the middle of the lake?
Percy said it's a man-made island called a crannog. People built it over 2,000 years ago and lived in homes and raised farm animals on the island.
Why did people make their own island?
Well, the exact reason isn't clear, but you can imagine it was easier to protect your home and animals from attacks if you lived away from everyone else, on an island. Hey Leo, do you think that people who lived in the crannog ever saw a monster in this water?
I don't know, but people have been telling stories about it for over thousands of years.
Really?
Yeah, people have found ancient drawings of a mysterious creature with flippers. They found these drawings carved in stones near the lake.
So did people see something in the water back then and draw it?
That's what some people think. But stories about sea creatures were very common back then. But there is another old story about the Loch Ness Monster. It comes from the Middle Ages.
The Middle Ages? That was the time when there were knights and castles, right?
That's right. And one of the earliest tales of the Loch Ness Monster comes from that time. According to the story, a man was swimming in the lake and all of a sudden, something bit him.
Oh no, the monster!
Yep, and according to the story, the monster was getting ready to attack again when a man named Columba jumped in. He shouted, "Go back!" in a huge booming voice, and the monster swam away. It wouldn't be seen again for many, many years.
I can't imagine swimming in this water. It's freezing! And the water is pretty murky. I can't see much. How deep do you think the lake is?
I don't know, but I think it's pretty deep.
Whoa! Percy said Loch Ness is over 700 feet deep in some places. That's deeper than the North Sea. The lake is also very long. Did you know it's about 22 miles long?
That's a lot of water for something to hide in.
That's what I was thinking. Hey, Leo, look! There's a car up on that road, and there's 2 people inside it.
I wonder what they're doing. Ooh, let's go see. Come on.
I think I can hear 2 people talking inside the car.
I'm glad we're taking this drive around the lake, dear. Isn't it a nice view?
John, stop! The beast!
The beast?
I think they saw something.
Aldi, what was that?
It looked like some kind of whale, but it dove back into the lake.
I think those people in the car just saw the Loch Ness Monster. Quick, Anna, do you see anything in the lake?
No, we must have missed it.
Aw, man. Our one chance to see the monster and we missed it.
Well, if it was the monster. The woman said it looked like a whale. Who knows what they saw?
There's an officer down by the lake. We should go find him and tell him what we saw.
Percy said that those 2 people in the car are named Aldi and John McKay. In April 1933, they told a local newspaper that they had seen an enormous animal in the lake. And pretty soon, people all across the country were reading about the mysterious Loch Ness Monster.
In 1933, you say? Anna, didn't we find a newspaper article from 1933 in the vault? Do you think that was a newspaper article about Aldi and John McKay and the Loch Ness Monster?
You're right, Leo. I remember the newspaper in the vault saying, monster sighting. So that must be it.
Whoa, it feels like we're about to travel again. Hold on, Anna.
Hi friends, are you enjoying today's episode? I'd like to take a quick break from the story to tell you about another great place to learn about the past. Honest History creates magazines and books for kids that are filled with fun stories and activities that bring history to life. From pirates to spies to great inventions and so much more, you'll learn about interesting people, places, and events from around the world that made history. Created for kids ages 6 through 12, you can sign up and receive new adventures delivered straight to your doorstep every quarter. Just visit honesthistory.co. That's honesthistory.co to sign up today. Oh, and here's a special offer for our podcast listeners. Use code UNLOCKTHIS for 10% off. Again, that special code is UNLOCKTHIS. Okay, let's get back to the story.
Where do you think we are now?
It kind of looks like we're in the same place. See, the lake is still here.
But look at all those cars on the road. I think Loch Ness has gotten a lot more popular since the last time we were here.
Well, after the sighting in 1933, tons of people started coming to the lake searching for the mysterious creature. There was a man who found giant footprints in the ground. His name was Marmaduke Wetherell. When Marmaduke saw those footprints, they were the footprints of the Loch Ness Monster.
Really?
Yeah, but people quickly found out it wasn't real. Marmaduke hadn't found monster footprints. He had actually found hippo footprints. You see, a prankster had made fake footprints using a hippo-footed umbrella stand.
So Marmaduke Wetherell lied?
Or he found some footprints and really thought that they were monsters' footprints. There were a lot of fake stories about the Loch Ness Monster at that time. Some people were just looking for fame and fortune, but many others really believed they saw something.
Leo, what was that?
Where?
Over there! I thought I saw something in the lake, but it's gone. Do you think it could have been the monster?
Or it's a giant squid?
Haha, very funny. As we know, squid don't live in lakes. Thank goodness. But I really saw something, Leo. What if it was the monster?
Well, even with all the fake stories, there are still a lot of people who think the Loch Ness Monster is real. Scientists have even used sonar to explore the lake's underwater tunnels looking for evidence of the beast.
Did they ever find anything?
Not yet. They did find some eels. So some people say maybe the Loch Ness Monster was just a really big eel. But that's just a theory.
Hey, Leo, there's some people standing by the lake. Do you see them?
Oh, yeah. Let's get closer so we can see what they're up to.
It looks like they're putting something in the water.
Wait, I think I can hear them talking. Listen.
Careful now. We want this to look convincing, remember?
Leo, Percy just told me that the man speaking is Marmaduke Wetherell.
The guy who found the fake footprints? Well, it looks like he's up to something. What is it that they're putting in the water?
It kind of looks like a toy submarine, but they've stuck something on top of it.
Is the camera ready? All right, take the photo now. Brilliant! I think we got it. And we'll ask your friend Robert Wilson to send his photo to the Daily Mail. They'll finally get their photo of the Loch Ness Monster.
Leo, I may not know much about the Loch Ness Monster, but I do know that a toy submarine is not a giant lake creature.
And it sounds like these men are going to send a fake photo to a newspaper. They're liars.
Percy said the men will get away with it, too. The photo was published in the Daily Mail, and for years, people thought the photo was real. Finally, one of the men confessed their secret. It was all a hoax, and Marmaduke Wetherell was behind it.
Why would he do that?
Percy said he wanted revenge. After Marmaduke found the monster footprints, the Daily Mail published an article saying the footprints weren't real. He was so embarrassed that he wanted to get back at the Daily Mail. So he got a group of friends together to help him with his prank. They bought a toy submarine and added wood putty to the top to make the shape of a monster head. They took a photo and had one of their friends, a surgeon named Robert Wilson, send it to the newspaper.
You mean people thought this toy submarine was a monster? But it's so small. I guess the photo must have been pretty convincing.
Wait a second. Leo, do you remember that photograph we found in the vault?
Oh, yeah. We weren't sure what it was a photo of, but now that I think about it, it kind of looked like this toy submarine. Do you think the photo in the vault is Marmaduke's fake photo of the Loch Ness Monster?
That's exactly what I was thinking. And it feels like we're right on track because I think we're about to travel again. Here we go.
And we're back in the vault.
Let's take a look at that photograph again, Leo.
So this is the famous photo of the Loch Ness Monster.
Famous and fake photo.
Yeah, now we know it's actually just a photo of a toy submarine with wood putty stuck to the top of it. Very sneaky.
But even with all those fake stories, there's a part of me that wants to believe there really was a monster in that lake.
Well, you're not alone, Anna. People are still searching for Nessie. Tons of tourists travel to Scotland every year looking for the giant water beast. Who knows? Maybe someday scientists will find the evidence they're looking for. But for now, the Loch Ness Monster is still a mystery.
Welcome back. That sure was a great adventure. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna tell all my friends about this amazing story. That's all for now. But if you want to learn more, be sure to check out my favorite magazine for kids, Honest History. There's a ton of stuff to learn in each issue, and I love the fun activities and questions. Bye! This episode was narrated by Nikki and JoAnn Schinderle and written by Heidi Coburn. The production was read by Robot Pirate Media. To learn more about Honest History, visit us at honesthistory.co and follow for updates on social media.